Hello, today I am talking about 10 things to quit to simplify cooking at home. Cooking at home can be made so much easier if you just take a few steps to simplify things and stop making cooking so complicated. People just made cooking way too complicated. And the first thing is don't just cook for one meal. When I cook meat, I usually cook meat for more than one meal. For an example, last night I put a pork roast in the crock pot, and that will get us at least 3 meals. Made barbecue pork last night, made green chili with it tonight, and what else could I make? Oh, sweet and sour stir fry. Right there. I cooked all my meat ahead of time. Then all I have to do is cut up my vegetables, put my meat on, throw it all together. Dinner is ready in 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm not spending a long time in the kitchen cooking. So when you cook your meat, don't just cook meat for one night, cook it for several nights. When Mike makes chicken for his lunches, he makes up 3 or 4 lunches worth of chicken and then just saves it and throws it in his lunch, unless he forgets it. And then his wife puts it in the refrigerator and it'll go for the next day. Stop thinking all or nothing. People think that it has to be a really complicated dinner or meal or whatever. It does not. It can be very simple meals. If you need simple meal ideas, go to livingonadime.com. My mom has made lots of menu plans on there. But don't make it complicated. Just because she has a full menu, those are just ideas. You don't have to have 5 different dishes for each meal. Usually what I do is make a meat or main dish, and then I'll just cut up some fresh vegetables or some frozen vegetables, have those with some sort of bread like rice, potato, or just even toast with bread. My grandma lived on a farm. Well, she lived in town, but they had a farm. And
they could walk to the farm from town.
Yeah. They pretty much every meal had toast for every meal as their bread. She would throw a roast in the oven, as they were ranchers, so they had beef all the time. But she would throw a roast in the oven. You can do it with pork because that's cheaper right now. And then she would just have toast and a salad, and that was dinner. Super quick and easy. Also, don't think that you have to have this big elaborate dish setup, table setup. If you need to use paper plates, use paper plates. It is okay to use paper plates. It is okay to use convenience items like tater tots for your potatoes, French fries frozen for your potatoes.
Did you say frozen vegetables already?
Frozen veggies. Really, it's okay, guys. Stop. Grandma did not make complicated meals. Grandma was tired and she did not spend a lot of time in the kitchen. She just couldn't. She just did not. Now, one thing is to cook from what you have. That's why I have a big stockpile, because I don't like going to the grocery store. So I keep all the main ingredients for all the recipes that I normally cook in my stockpile. But if stockpiling stresses you out, don't do it. Just because I suggest it because it works for me doesn't mean you have to do it if it's going to be stressing you out. I prefer to shop once a month for all my meals. But if you prefer to do it weekly, that's perfectly okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
The main thing is if you're super stressed about shopping, making meals or whatever, that's what causes people to eat out more and get convenience food and fast food. And those things are the things that'll totally break your budget. Because we hear people say, oh, I'm one person and my grocery budget is $500. And we think, wow, that's a problem largely for people where they just feel very stressed out about how to prepare something. But if you make it simpler, like Tara's saying, then you can save a ton of money and be a lot more relaxed.
Yeah. Get our Dining on a Dime cookbook, guys. My Dining on a Dime cookbooks. Here's the gluten-free edition right here that I wrote using my volume 1 recipes. So this is my original cookbook, Dining on a Dime volume 1. This is volume 2. It goes with it. Separate recipes. I just didn't have room in this book to put all of these books. This one is 600 pages. This one is 400 pages. And my gluten-free, dairy-free edition is this one here, just made gluten-free, dairy-free, for those of you who are like me, who are gluten-free. Easy recipes to get you in and out of the kitchen quick. We even have a whole section here on time-saving tips, how to just cook easier, quicker, so that you're not spending a lot of money on groceries. All right. The next thing is cook from what you have. Stop thinking, oh, this is what I feel like eating tonight, and look in your pantry, your refrigerator, your freezer, and think, oh, I need to use up X today. I had sour milk in my refrigerator that I need to use up. I'm doing a video on sour milk recipes, so I made up some muffins, made up some pancakes last night. I'm using up my sour milk because I need to get it out of the fridge because I need to make room for other stuff. Think, what do I need to use up in my fridge or freezer? I don't always think honestly, I have never, ever, ever, ever in my entire life had the thought go through my mind, what do I want to eat tonight? I have never had that thought, ever. That is a foreign thought to me.
That's because there's only one taco date place.
That's true. But I heard one journalist type person say that she stops by the grocery store every night after work and decides what she wants to eat. Do you know how much time you waste doing that every single night? You waste like an hour, hour and a half of your life every night just going at the grocery store, standing there thinking, oh, what do I feel like eating tonight? I was shocked when she said that. And this person's pretty busy. I'm like, how in the world do you have time to do that? The next thing is stop making menus. Pick 10 items for fall and winter, 10 recipes for spring and summer, and just make those same ones and keep the ingredients on hand. That's 3 times a month you eat the same food. Then if you want to throw in a new recipe a couple of times a month, it's okay. But just keep the same rotation of food, or not food, but recipes, and then keep the food or the ingredients on hand all the time. That's why I don't ever think, what do I feel like eating tonight? A couple nights ago, we have bacon. I thought, okay, we're going to have BLTs for dinner. I needed to use up sour milk, so we had breakfast for dinner. We had pancakes, bacon, and eggs.
And sour milk is a fine thing to cook with. It's not actually bad unless it's, I mean, there's spoiled milk and then there's sour milk. But it's funny because I was talking to a friend today who was showing me his cookbook that had like meal plans by the day of the year. And there was seriously a different meal every single night of the year. And I was thinking, that just seems like an awful lot of stress to have to think about all that.
Yeah.
And for us, we find that the family is pretty happy with usually the same 10 or so meals. I mean, we probably eat more than that over time, but generally there's a certain fallback position that Tara has of these are the meals everybody loves. And when she's not feeling good, it's like, these are quick. I can dump them together and it's amazing.
Put your comments and questions in the comment section and I will answer them in just a minute, guys. Also, we have a lot of menu ideas in our Dining on a Dime Volume 1 cookbook. You can get that at livingonadime.com. The link is in the description below. If you don't want to have a list of 10 things, make certain days certain foods you're going to cook. For an example, meatless Monday, Taco Tuesday, or Mexican food Tuesday, pasta Wednesday, have leftovers on Friday, and Sunday, every man for himself. You know, you could set up some system like that of whatever food you eat, or Chinese on Saturday, or however you want to do that. That's another way to just simplify it. You know, every day, every Saturday, we're having Chinese food. Every Friday, we're cleaning out the fridge for leftovers because I'm going grocery shopping on Saturday. It just depends on your life and how you want to use it, but that's one way to do it. Oh man, sorry guys, my allergies are driving me nuts. This next one has to do with cooking, but it's not really cooking. Eat at the table. Don't let the family and you just roam all over the house eating. Don't let kids eat in their bedrooms. Don't let you and your husband or your kids sit there in front of the TV eating. You're spilling juice, you're spilling milk, you're spilling food all over the living room floor. We were watching TV or a movie last night and a commercial came on and they were talking about the little green machine cleaner thing, carpet cleaner. I don't know that I have ever had to use that on the floor or the carpets ever to clean up food spills. And they were talking like this is a daily thing for people. And I was just sitting there thinking, I cannot imagine having to clean up a mess every single day. The kids can set the table. If you don't want to set the table, you can do buffet style like I do. I put all the food on the counter. Everybody gets their own plate and silverware, and they fill up their plates, and then we go to the table. I don't even
as soon as you get up from the table, you take your stuff and go put it in the dishwasher.
Straight in the dishwasher.
Everybody's pretty much trained for that.
When we had more people eating at home, we would put like the ketchup and butter and all that on the table. And I had, 4 kids at the time, 5, depending on later or not, but 4 to 5 kids. And I would say, okay, guys, everybody takes 3 things. Everybody takes 4 things. I just counted up how many things were on the table that need to be put up, divided it by however many kids I had, 4 or 5 kids. And I said, everybody take 3 things off the table. Everything take 4 things off the table and put them where they belong. That's the trick. If it's dirty dishes that are on the table, they put them in the dishwasher. If it's the ketchup mustard, they put it in the refrigerator. Now, this is going to be a little controversial.
Uh-oh.
I don't do controversy, do I, dear?
Never.
I think I do controversy. And I have to tell you, this is gonna get a lot of people's knickers in a bunch. And they're not going to be real happy with me. But
only Sabbath's going to get it.
What? Oh, yeah. But I have to talk about this, okay? This next tip is keep your kitchen in order. My mom wrote an article 20 years ago that's called Dirty Dishes Cause Debt on our website, livingonadime.com. And it's talking about just keeping the dishes out of your kitchen sink and keeping your counters cleared off so that when it's time to cook, you're not having to do a full kitchen cleanup before you cook. Most people are tired when they go to cook and they don't feel like cooking. And then they don't want to cook, so they call for pizza. And I saw this on Facebook. And I was like, oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. So let me share here. Okay. So do we have it up on the screen here? We do have it up on the screen here. Let me go full screen. So I'm going to talk about this. Go ahead and take off the lower third for just a minute because this really needs to be discussed. Whoops. Where'd it go? Here we go. Okay. So this was a mom, and I think she has 5 kids or something, and her Facebook reel showed up. Now, this is what she's showing in her entryway. Now, why there is painter's tape all over the place, I have no idea. Now, I just took screenshots so I don't get copyrighted. But look,
it's required so the Roomba knows where to go.
My goodness, look at this. There's painter's tape all over there. If you look on the top left, it's all over the floor. I don't know why that is all over the floor. And then she shows this.
Whoa.
This is her playroom, I guess. I don't know what you would call that. And then she shows her kitchen.
It looks like a security zone to keep Dad out.
Now, who would want to go into a kitchen and cook in this kitchen? I mean, you can't even find the countertops. I wouldn't want to cook in this kitchen. This is what's, I think, on the kit. Michael is, do we need to show Mike here? I don't know. Wait a minute. It's full screen. Hold on. Okay. What's Mike doing?
I was going like this.
Okay. So let's get back to here. I don't know if this is her laundry room or her kitchen, but this, look at, there's just literally trash on the floor. Laundry all over the floor. And this is her kitchen counter. I mean, it's just piled high. Absolutely piled high. Now, oh shoot, you can't see it on the bottom because my little thing, oh, there. Now, here's what she said. She said, our house is lived in. It's not for show. If you don't know the mess, you know where to go. Okay. And then she had, now I'm not showing this lady's face because I've really got something to say about this, but she said, remember, having a messy house is morally neutral.
What does that mean?
Having a messy house is morally neutral.
I feel like if you have to post something online to state your position on it, that you apparently believe you have a problem and you're defending it.
That
I mean, if she wants to live in that house, that's totally up to her. But to post a social media thing saying,
Denise says that's morally lazy. Katerina says laziness. Tanya, that's disgusting. Bounty Badlands, I would be mortified to post anything like that if my house looked. You should absolutely be ashamed of your house being in that condition. I don't care if you have 5 kids.
Ours doesn't look like that when we had 5
4 kids, and then I had 5. And let me tell you, my house never looked that bad. And I mean, there are days where one day I came out of the bathroom and I came in and here's what I found. Jack had decided.
Okay, is that the pot calling the kettle? No.
Jack had decided to he had been reading David's roller coaster book. And he had decided that, oops, wait a minute, wrong thing here. Oh, shoot, I messed it up. Jack had decided, I was trying to zoom in on that, but I don't have, let's see here. Okay, here we go. Jack had decided to make a roller coaster like Dave's book out of the toilet paper. Now,
so Dave just had a roller coaster book?
Yeah, he just had a roller coaster book, and Jack just thought that was the coolest thing ever. Now, there are a few toys on the ground, and yeah, he did roller toilet paper all over the house. I get that.
It didn't stay there, though. Look at the kitchen. If you look at the kitchen floor, it's totally clean.
But it didn't stay there. And let me tell you, saying things like having a messy house is morally neutral, or our house is lived in, if you don't like it, you know where you can go. That is not morally neutral. You are damaging your children living in filth like that. You have no idea what kind of stress you are putting your children under. You have no idea. First of all, it's dangerous. It's flat out dangerous living in a house like that. Secondly, do you know what kind of embarrassment your children have when people come over to the house and they see your house like that? They can't have their friends over. Now, I get it. I have had 4 biological kids, and then we had a 5th one join our family as a teenager. I get it. I've had little kids. I understand. But I have a chronic illness, and my house was never that disgusting. Ever. Every night before bed, the kids picked up their toys. Every day, Mike helped me with the dishes.
Mike is the kitchen man.
Every day, the kids had chores. They took out the trash. They loaded the dishwasher. They unloaded the dishwasher. They put up the laundry. When they got a little bit older, 10, 11, 12 years old, they started cleaning the bathrooms. No, it wasn't perfect, but they at least got, regular. They always put up their bathroom towels. They always put their laundry in the hampers. When they were 18 months old, I started teaching them to throw their diapers away.
When they were how old?
18 months old.
Okay.
They were walking.
I wasn't sure if you said months or years. I was.
And here's the thing. No, my 18-year-olds do not have diapers. Let me tell you, they would have to have some kind of severe disability for that. That is just flat out neglect. And it is not being judgmental to tell mothers, you need to get your act together. The problem is, no one is telling these people this is not okay. It's not okay to live like this.
But I think she knows, because
she does know.
If you have to put a video on the internet to tell everybody you know where to go, that says that you're stating your position to people who don't care and didn't even comment.
And what does this have to do with simplifying dinner? When your house is in that kind of condition, you do not feel like having dinner or making dinner, is what I meant to say. You don't feel like making dinner because you are so stressed out with everything, you can't even focus to think about what to eat for dinner. And if your house is in that bad of condition, you need to start cutting some things out and simplifying your life all around. I know mothers who are literally gone every single day to a kid's activity. Literally every day. Why? Because they cannot handle their house being that messy. They are so stressed out about it. Your house is not going to get in order if you are not home to take care of it. Stay home to take care of it. Spend a half an hour a day picking up and cleaning your house. And I understand some of you may not have help to do that. I didn't have help for years, except for Mike. And a lot of times he was working, but even then he came home and helped me. He didn't sit in front of the computer playing video games. Stop letting your husbands just come home and sit and watch TV or play video games. It's fine for half an hour, but there's no reason why they can't help you get the kids to bed. They can't help you get dinner ready, even if you're a stay-at-home mom. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you need to work as many hours as your husband. If he's working 8 hours a day, you should be working 8 hours a day. But how many women are stay-at-home moms and they're just sitting on their phone or their computer playing games all day or doing nothing? If you cannot get your house ready for company in a half an hour, there's a problem. There is a big problem. And like when we would have Christmas get-togethers or Thanksgiving or what, well, it was mostly Christmas. We never did Thanksgiving, but mostly Christmas, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, you know, any 4th of July, anything like that. It would take the whole family. We would get together. We would all work together. And in a half an hour, the house would be spotless, company, presentable. And I'm not saying you have to have that just to have friends over or something. You don't have to have it spotless. My house isn't spotless when I have people come over all the time. But if your house is in that condition, you need to stop making excuses and stop making reels on Facebook and actually get your house tidied and in order. Then you won't be so stressed out and you will actually want to cook because you can find the kitchen sink. It won't take you near as long because you're not searching for dishes. You're not washing for dishes ahead of time. So sorry, this kind of thing just really chaps my hide because I would go on field trips with my kids. My kids were never allowed to go on a field trip without one of us going. And if Mike couldn't go, then I would go.
A field trip like at school or
yeah,
like a
school field trip or parties for that matter. We did not allow them to go to school trips or birthday parties or nothing without us. And there was this one field trip, I can still see it. I'm sitting on the bus and I cannot remember exactly what her shirt said. But there was a mom, and I've looked and looked for it and I can't find it. And there was a mom that had a shirt that said something to the effect of, I've got piles of laundry, I've got piles of dishes, but my kids are happy because I'm with my kids doing things, or something to that effect. Baloney. Baloney. Your children do not appreciate having to try to dig through to find socks that match. And by the way, here's a little tip. Stop with all the thousands of cute socks. Get every member of the family a different color or kind of sock, whatever kind they prefer to wear. Each person has a different kind. That's the only socks they wear. I have a short black sock. That's the only sock I wear. Mike has socks with yellow toes. That's the only sock he wears. Jax has socks with white toes. That's the only kind he wears. Each member of the family had a different kind of sock. That's the only sock that we did.
And if each sock is unclaimed, then it's dad's sock too.
True. But your kids do not appreciate having to try to find a dish to eat out of because you don't have the dishes done because you're just roaming around the countryside, going shopping and doing this activity, doing that activity. If you have that many dishes and that much laundry that you're having to wear a t-shirt about it and make excuses about it, you need to cut back on some things. You need to cut back on some activities.
I didn't see it going that way today.
I'm sorry. These ladies making excuses for their houses looking like this are 1,000% wrong. It is affecting your kids, and it is morally wrong. Because if you're a Christian, first of all, you're not taking care of all of the things that God has given you. You're absolutely trashing the blessings that God has given you, and it's not okay in any way, shape, or form. All right. Go ahead and send me all the comments and questions if anyone is still speaking to me.
Oh, everyone that's not speaking to you has left.
I have been there and I have lived it. And I can just tell you, it's just excuses. It's just absolutely excuses. All right. Now, while Mike's getting me the comments and questions, I am going to show you one more thing here because everyone asked about my summer garden and I never got to show you guys my summer garden. So I'm going to show you my summer garden real quick. And just so you can see it since it's fall. And then next week I'll show you my fall garden. Where'd it go? Hello. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to run through just a few of my summer flowers. So here's some of my summer flowers. So what's funny about this one is down in the bottom, you can see the deer and rabbits ate everything. So I just pulled it up and I had this one cosmos just pop up in the grass next to it. So I just let it grow.
Wow.
And I left it there to grow. You can see in the background, that's where Jack and I are trying to put up my picket fence that took me 4 months to do. Here it is again. Didn't it look all lovely and beautiful? And
Did that
then
one start on its own too?
Yeah, this one started on its own.
That's the one I was admiring for the last half of the season.
It was just beautiful. Then here's some of my chairs that I was getting ready to paint. Here's some of my mini black-eyed Susans. I sold 350. Actually, I sold 500. $350 for the last 3 years. $500 worth of black-eyed Susans this year. That was what those were. Here's my, what would you call this? My front entrance. I don't know what you would call this, but that's my kitchen window on the right.
Well, yeah, you walk past this to get to the front door. Like the sidewalk, she's standing on the sidewalk looking to the side of it, the sidewalk that you walk on. And so, yeah, we kind of have this nook thing between the house and the outside garage.
Yeah. And somehow I managed to save all these flowers. The deer and rabbit didn't eat these ones. And look at these cosmos. I have never had a variegated cosmos like that. I don't know how it happened, but it did. Isn't that pretty?
It's beautiful.
I was like, ooh, I love that. I heard another one. Isn't that crazy? So I don't know how in the world that happened, but it did. And then that's my planted bird bath behind there with the red petunias that I got. And then here's those pink zinnias that I absolutely love. Don't they look lovely?
They look fantastic. Susie wants to know, do you use Miracle Grow on those plants, or what kind of fertilizer
I do. I fertilize all the time.
With what?
Miracle Grow, or whatever fertilizer I find at yard sales. But make sure the middle number is the big number, because that's the one that gives you the most blooms. Now this here, look at this cosmos. It was an inch shorter than Jack, who's 6 feet tall.
Wow. So
that sucker just really got huge. It almost reached the top shelf up there. This is the bottom shelf, and the top shelf, you can see the bracket. It almost reached that. And let's see, what else I got? Oh, here's my big bird bath out front that was a fountain, and I turned it into a bird bath. At the end of the season, the deer decided that was their buffet.
It was a perfect height for them to just stand right in front of it.
More of my black-eyed Susans there. And here's my front porch. You can see going up to my front porch there. And there's a still of it. And here's more. This is out my window, so this is what I see out my front window. My coleus finally decided to take off. Got warm enough. Super happy. Here's my back deck. And some of the flowers that I had on my back deck there. Going along my planters, I got those great big ones. I got $100 for all of them. I think I got 8 of them total. I sold 2 of them, got my $100 back on them. These are seeds that just came up from last year. I thought they were very beautiful. And then what else do I got here? Here's the long.
2 more if you want to show those.
Here's the long back deck there. Along the back deck, there's our backyard. There's more. Thought that was absolutely beautiful. There's some of my coleus up close.
Wow.
And let's see, what else do I got here? Oh, here's what my porch looks like from my front porch, or my yard looks like from my front porch there. And there's my totes I was putting up. And let's see, what else do I got? There's some more. You can see this is looking off my front porch there. So there's one more look at the side that I always look out my front window there. There's my sun house back there. Here's some more of the cosmos. These just came up on their own.
James says Sheridan Gardens.
Yeah. So
that's why I say it feels like I live in a botanical garden, and I love it.
Yep. Here's all my old junk stuff here in the deer. We're having a buffet. You can see there's no blooms, but you see my old...
There were blooms in the morning.
Yeah. There was blooms in the morning, and then they were gone. And then, let's see, I think there's some of my up close. So anyway, that is my garden from this year, my summer garden. Pen suggestions for plants, flowers for shade. I would just use ferns and corbels, bleeding hearts, hostas. Those are all good.
I really love the hostas.
Yeah, got my shade garden planted afterwards because Jack and I cleared all the rock and we got the big picket fence up. And then yesterday, look, I didn't even get it on my computer. Look yesterday what I got put up. Finally, I've been working all summer trying to get this up. Why isn't it focusing? Hello? There. Did that not turn out darn too cute? Ugh. I was so happy.
Which one? Wow. You know, actually, what
my
I sent
new
you was
scene.
What I sent you mostly wasn't flowers, but I've got a few others here that.
So I'll show you what Mike. Oh yeah, I'll show that next week. Here, I'll show you what looks out our back door before it's gone. Where am I at? So this is out our back door. Is that not beautiful? Oh. And then this was the sunrise yesterday.
From our deck.
Isn't that beautiful? Yep. So anyway, that is what we've been doing. All right, let's get to your comments and questions, guys. Please check out our Dining on a Dime cookbooks. Right now, we have Volume 1 and Volume 2 and our gluten-free edition, which is the green one, gluten-free, dairy-free, which I am, for 25% off at livingonadime.com. Easy recipes to get you in and out of the kitchen quick that your family will love. And I just got an email from Ruth that says the chicken wings and easy barbecue sauce in Volume 1, the red one, is so awesome, even though I use chicken breast fingers. Good. Can't even begin to describe it. Yum. Thank you, Ruth. That just came in with your email.
What
all the questions.
Oh, nice.
Country Frau says, my Howard looks great. Thank you. I got a haircut today. And summer is over.
I love your hair, dude.
So no more ponytails. And I had her relayer it. It got grown out. The last perm I got fried my hair. And so my hair was breaking off really bad. So I have not got a haircut for like 5 months. Got about 3 inches on it and went today to get it cut. And my frugal self, I had picket fence that I'm selling, and I traded a picket fence for a haircut. And then I found some, I found a whole container of, let's see, did I delete it off my phone? I got a whole container of, oh shoot, I deleted it. I got a whole container of perm rods. There were 10, there was like 10, no, there was 20 bags in there. And, oh shoot. There was 20 bags in there.
Hello?
Well, it's for piano lessons and I kind of need to answer it because I've been waiting for her, but, oh, here, is this it? Oh no, that's not it. Anyway, I found the hairdresser 20 bags of perm rods for 10 cents each. And so I took her that as a gift. So she got a whole bunch of perm rods. So I found that at the thrift store yesterday for her. All right. So thank you, everyone who liked my hair. I got it restyled and cut today. She didn't cut it off. I need to cut about this much off to get the old perm. So I'm going to have to wait before I can get another perm, but probably another year, but that's all right. Vicky, I hate cooking, which is why I like to cook for quite a few days so I don't have to cook again for a while. Yep, me too. Darlene says she loves to cook. Her mom used bread with every meal. Yep, my grandma did too. Hello, Bounty in the Badlands. Shelly says mini meatloafs tonight and for 3 more nights. Very good. Yes, they freeze well. Noah says, I finally caught you live. Your hair looks beautiful. Your volume 1 cookbook and website are among my favorite resources for recipes, and I love your no-nonsense views that you share with us. Thank you. I am pretty no-nonsense, aren't I?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
It's a blessing and a curse. Bounty Badlands, I'd prefer not to stop at the store all the time. Yeah, I do stop at the store all the time, but not for our personal cooking. It's for business cooking when I'm doing videos. Uh-oh, Rob's on there.
Got a troll on Facebook again.
Do we need to block Rob? Is Rob being a little turd?
Hey there, Rob.
I
Good to
haven't
see you.
seen Rob all week, or Michelle all week. Tanya says she made chili for lunch. Supper was green beans and cheese and chips. Very good. Yeah, I'm making chili on Friday. I'm making 2 huge batches of chili because it's the chili cook-off again. So I'm going to be entering my chili. I'm not actually entering for the cook-off. I'm just entering because the school needs chili. So I was having mercy on them.
It's a fundraiser.
Number 3 says, how could stocking up stress anyone out? It stresses me not to have a stockpile. Me too. But, maybe if it stresses people out, that's fine. So.
Well, the idea is it's supposed to make you feel better. So if it just makes you feel stressed all the time, then don't do it.
Darlene says, having my debit card turned off a week while out of town sure helped me not to spend. Definitely. That would sure do it. Adventuring, I see a fibromyalgia in one of your other videos. Do you feel that going gluten-free has helped with your autoimmune disease? Just wondering because I have MS. Yes, it has. A lot. If I can stay dairy-free, sugar-free, and gluten-free, my pain is significantly better. Now, my other channel is Super Easy Recipes. It's candy making season. So for the next 3 months, it's going to be nothing but candies. And honestly, I'm having a hard time. I'll just be honest. I'm having a hard time.
Maybe you should invite somebody over, some of the kids from the school.
Well,
come and try it for you.
Friday, it's going to the chili cook-off. All of the food's going to the chili cook-off. I try to do it on Friday or Saturday and take it to church on Sunday. That helps.
Oh, man. One time we took like 8 or so plates of candy to church, and it was gone in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was gone. Sometimes I take it over to Rob. He helps eat it.
Yeah.
Bounty Badlands, I'm old-fashioned. I cook full from scratch meal every night with a full table setting. Yep. Denise, buy both the blue and red cookbook. They are fabulous. Thank you. Yes, that's our volume 1 and volume 2. I'm glad you think it's fabulous. It took me 2 years to write it. I spent 2 years writing it.
For which one? 2?
Volume 1. Bounty Badlands. We also eat leftovers when we have them. Tonight is leftover stew, dumplings, and biscuits from last night. Yep. Tanya, I made the cherry pie out of the book. I used frozen cherries and just thawed them. It was delicious. Yeah, make sure you kind of pat your cherries or add a little bit of extra cornstarch because the liquid from frozen can make your pie too liquidy, but that is great. You can use frozen. James said, thanks for waking him up.
Anytime, James.
Millie says, love breakfast for AM and at night, plus in the winter. Yep.
Ooh, Michelle says she has the red volume 1.
Yep.
Or volume 2, sorry. The red volume 2. Oh,
that's a special edition.
Yeah.
When I die, you sell that on eBay.
Yeah, because we only made one printing of red in that one.
Only one printing. Yep. By the way, I just have to tell Laura, thank you. She sent me 2 packages of Biscoff. She wants me to use this, and she sent me the container of the nut, the like their peanut butter to try too. So everybody just absolutely loves these.
Where did you send this from?
Well, I don't know. Well, it came from Amazon, but this is a British thing, right?
I thought so.
Okay, let's see what this is.
I have a cough drop here that's gonna
and see what the taste is.
Drink some water.
Oh.
Yeah, well, they put this on airplanes too, I think.
Oh my goodness, that is delicious. Oh, it's a graham cracker. It's a graham.
Well,
Oh, but it's a better graham
It's
cracker.
not quite the same as a graham cracker. It's really delicious. Very buttery.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Laura. I will make some. So she has sent me this huge collection of super fancy chocolates. I've already made 2 videos, one with truffles, another one with fudge. Ruby chocolate and blonde chocolate. I'd never even heard of them before. Oh my goodness. They are ridiculously expensive. We're talking like $50 a pound. I understand why people buy $50 a pound chocolate now. I think I'm going to be buying $50 a pound chocolate now because it is so good.
So once a year, you can have a nice treat.
That's going to be my Christmas present and Mother's Day present. It's $50 chocolate. Oh my goodness. And then I also got right here. Yeah. Gina sent me and Mom this huge collection of books because she knows we like clean novels. So thank you, Gina. I just want to let you guys both know that we got those. And I can't wait to use both of them.
Cheryl's comment was Facebook had sort of pre-blocked it and I had to unblock it because Facebook doesn't like it when you say chicken breast in your comment.
Oh, have mercy.
It says we don't allow those kind of comments around here.
She said my grocery store had chicken breast for 98 cents a pound and ground beef for $2.50 a pound. I stocked my freezer. No kidding. Where was that at? Holy mackerel. I haven't seen prices like that for 15 years. That's great. Hello, Shannon. Hello, hello,
hello. Yeah, Michelle. Michelle says, I still have the red volume 2. I refuse to buy the blue one. You already have the book. So
yeah,
we made it red at first so it would match volume 1. So they would be, you know, like continuation of each other. But then people got so confused. We had to make it blue.
It was bad. Yeah. James says he could eat spaghetti every day. You can send me the next one. Vicky. She's got that green machine cleaner. I have to use it with my dog a few times. I am shocked at the number of YouTubers and Facebook moms and all this that are always using those things. Stop letting everybody eat all over the house.
Well, that is one thing is kids. I mean, there should be eating.
My kids only ate at the table. We still only eat at the table. Dunny says, hi, y'all. I'm thinking about making some soup right now. We always ate at the table. Yeah, me too. If you want potato soup, chili, broccoli soup, volume 1, oh, delicious. Absolutely delicious. Badlands. We only have one carpet in the bedroom. My green machine is a lifesaver for spilt coffee, which I serve my hubby every morning when I get breakfast ready. I'm sorry.
Wait, what's that?
She's a much better wife than I am. She serves her husband coffee in the morning while she's making his breakfast.
Ooh.
You got gypped.
Coffee.
You got gypped.
Well, when it's time for breakfast in the morning, I have to make it. I do. Sometimes I'm blessed though, and you wake up before I leave.
Well, part of the problem with that is with me being sick, I have to sleep a certain amount. So
I don't mind. It doesn't really
I can't
bother me.
get up at 6 o'clock in the morning if I don't go to bed at 8:30 or 9. If I went to bed at 8:30 or 9, it would work, but we never go to bed that early. So unfortunately. Katarina says she usually agrees with my controversial takes. Thank you. Ruth says, I'm a retired widow. When I cook a pound of beans, I know that most of it goes into my freezer. Meals for nights I don't want to cook. Yep, very good. Cooking with Dad hates a dirty kitchen, and Amanda agrees. Katarina, one hand cooks, the other cleans. Yep. Vicky, I can't cook in a dirty kitchen. I can't even have anything in the sink. My kitchen has to be clean before I start cooking anything. Yep. My Badlands agrees. Keep the kitchen clean and tidy. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Actually, that is my thing in the morning. I get up and, well, so we're not very typical in this way. Tara will cook like 8 different meals because she's doing videos. And so then
Yeah.
There'll be like dishes and everything, and then I won't. The cleaning fairies will come in and blow through the kitchen in the morning before Tara wakes up, so that when she wakes up, it's all ready for 8 more meals again.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're not quite typical that way.
Hello, Connie. We have not made it to Deadwood this fall yet. I don't know. We're talking about going for our anniversary next week, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Man, we should do it soon.
Our anniversary's in a week.
I know.
This time, 31 years ago, I was wondering, should I get married or should I not get married?
You weren't wondering very long.
No.
She was like completely frozen over during the entire thing, but as soon as we drove away from there, then suddenly she came alive.
Vicky says, does that lady run a zoo out of her home? I know. It's ridiculous. There's no reason for that at all. Inglicia says, I've been watching too many UK episodes of Filth and some A&G hoarders all on YouTube. It's been motivating. Yeah, me too. Jane Elmore, kitchen is easy, clean as I go. When done, a few minutes, washes the dishes. Yep. Vicky, I don't understand how anyone can live in a pig pen. Yep.
Cheryl says it was a home-owned grocery store.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you can get some really good deals with them. Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. I know. Rooster says having clean house makes you feel good and shows your mental state. Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. So don't judge me on the state of my house at the moment. Actually, I was doing cooking videos all day today. So my kitchen does look like that. But it's not going to stay like that. It's not. We get in there and we get it cleaned up.
Which show was it in the UK that she said?
Filth.
Oh, I've never seen that kind of show from the UK. Have you?
Mm-mm.
We watch a lot of British shows, but lately not quite as many because they separated the British shows to BritBox, and we don't want to sign up for another thing that we have to pay for.
Regal says, I was a housekeeper over a decade. They wanted me to work magic like in 4 hours. I've seen a lot. This is always sad to walk into. Yeah.
Oh, man. Actually, maybe people might be eating. I shouldn't share. Okay. I had a friend when I was younger, and they had, like, he and his mom had 6 or something cats. And, man, I don't think the cats ever used the cat box. And there were tires in their living room, and the carpet was all scratched up from the cats. Like, you could see the concrete through the floor. And I just remember whenever they'd open the door, I would be like, I hated it when they would say, come in for a second while you're here.
Because you were trying not to gag?
Yeah. I was trying to be polite, but at the same time, I was thinking.
Yeah. Elaine says,
so,
I look like.
When you see videos of that stuff, it doesn't compute what it might smell like.
Yeah. Elaine says, Tara, you look like you should be in a Hallmark fall movie. Thank you. Found this at a yard sale. I think it was $1. And I thought, ooh, I'll try and see if it fits. It did. Jane Elmore says that house probably has roaches and mice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Adventuring to semi-normality says, hope that wasn't during the toilet paper fiasco of 2020. No, that was actually in 2012. Lynn says, what is morally neutral? I know, that's just, that, when people say that now, they're just making an excuse for their sin. That's all it boils down to. They're just making an excuse for their sin.
Well, I think it's funny because people reinvent the language, and that's something I've never heard. Never, ever heard that.
Yeah. Chrissy says, I wish I could get through to my granddaughter's head. Her house is a disaster. I hate it for grandkids. Yeah. No, as a mom, you can't say anything. So.
Yeah, probably. Well, you could.
Well, until it starts getting dangerous. When it starts getting dangerous, then you might have to call Child Protective Services.
Well, typically you can politely suggest it the first time. But if they're like, I don't want to hear what you have to say, Mom, then you have to decide.
Yeah.
is it better to keep the relationship?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess if it was bad enough to be dangerous, then yeah, that would be different.
And Vicky says people wonder why they're stressed and depressed. Looking at some of their homes explains why. Yep. And Badlands to me, lived in means there's might be a calf bottles, might be soaking in my sink. My crochet corner has some yarn and half finished projects on my chair. My floor needs sweeping before supper. Yeah, exactly. Little crafty Nook, my daughter-in-law, hopefully soon to be ex, was traumatized as a child, but didn't get the help she needed at the time. Now she is a total mess, and passing this on to the girls, it makes me so sad. Yeah, here's the thing. I totally understand that, you know, you can have trauma and it can cause things like that. But when you're making videos on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube showing this, making excuses for it, you know better. That's a totally different thing than if you've had some sort of trauma and you honestly don't know better. Like the other day, I went to go buy a dishwasher because they had it for sale and it was a Bosch and it was a really good deal. We opened it up.
A used one.
A used one. The thing was absolutely filthy. Absolutely filthy. Mold, hard water like you wouldn't believe. And I was standing there talking to Mike, and I was like, well, I guess I could run some vinegar through it and get the hard water off. But, well, I don't think I want to be doing this much work cleaning. And the lady emailed me later pictures showing me she had cleaned it with vinegar, and it looked almost brand new. She said, so if you still want it, I got it cleaned up. Well, I knew she didn't get it all cleaned up because it's not hooked up. And so the motor had hard water and all that. I knew that. But this lady genuinely did not know to clean her dishwasher with vinegar to get all the hard water out so that's not getting on all your dishes. I can't imagine what her dishes must be like with all the mold and hot water or hard water. So that's totally different thing than not knowing. This lady was bragging about her messy house because it's lived in. No, that's not lived in. That's disgusting. There's a total difference. All right. James says, I have a cousin who was a hoarder. She got to clean up for the TV show. I think she overcame her disorder. That's great. I hope she did. And there are people that can get it together, and I really hope that they can. Sorry, guys, for the ads.
Sorry, I was trying to manage the show, and then an ad popped up in front. I couldn't skip it. I had to watch it.
Yeah.
Now I want Taco John's. Good job.
Yeah. Miss Marlene says, totally agree. Kids are humiliated and embarrassed when their house is messy, dirty, and disarray. Yes, totally. Are you trying to get into Pinterest?
No, I saw that too.
Okay. Do we need to do anything about that?
I don't think so. You can ignore this email.
Okay.
Unless they have access to your email
Looks
address.
like somebody's trying to break into my Pinterest account at the moment. I tell you, okay, I need a favor from you guys, actually. I need a huge favor, please. We have people ripping off our videos and stealing them, and they're putting them on TikTok, and they're putting them on Instagram and Facebook, and stealing them on YouTube, and YouTube is letting them get away with it. I just started fighting TikTok.
Well, YouTube let one get away with it, right?
So far. But it was okay. It was Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly. She found somebody on TikTok is literally ripping off my videos and just putting them on their channel with somebody else's stuff. So if you guys see those, could you please send me an email at editor@livingonadime so I can try.
With a link to the problem.
Yeah, with a link to where you found it so that I can try and fight these guys. It is so absolutely disgusting that we do all this work and then they just steal our videos. And I would almost let them do it if they left the book in and my ads for my books in there. I would almost let them do it because it's free advertising for me. But They're taking out the books and my ads for my books. So, some human is taking and purposely stealing these videos. So please, if you guys could send me that stuff so we can fight it. I really appreciate it. This is the second person in 2 weeks that has sent me this stuff. And I'm like, you got.
But the CEO wouldn't let them do it because I know that if you let somebody do it for that reason, first of all, they're getting our ad revenue.
Yeah.
But secondly, they're other people will see it and think it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, actually, I was thinking we might need to engage a lawyer for some of these people because, like the one on TikTok's got a lot of views in the couple of days.
Yeah,
that
we're gonna start suing them. Yeah.
So we think we're going to start, having a lawyer contact them and send them a very large bill.
Yeah. Vicky says, Tara, I agree. Your home should be a clean haven, not a nightmare. Yep. And Jody says, agree. I grew up in a nasty home, mold, mouse poo. Yeah, exactly. Elaine, why couldn't your kids go on school field trips without you? Because I knew, can you kill that? I knew the parents and I knew some. I knew the parents and I knew some of the teachers. And frankly, I did not trust them. The way those parents talked to their kids that were chaperones, there's no way I would allow them to be around my kid unsupervised and talk that way to my kid.
Well, we've just had
and
we've had a number of experiences where we've seen how people treat kids when they don't think we're around. And so we were just like, you know what? We're not going to risk that. The other thing is that I don't know how many field trips you went on, but I went on a lot of field trips and they actually really liked it at the schools because almost no dads would come.
Yeah, Mike did the majority of the field trips because I was home with the younger kids. So when the older kids had field trips, he would go with them on field trips and then I stayed home with the younger kids. So I only went on a few. Mike was the one that went on the majority of them and he took off work to go on field trips. I was not going to allow my kids. I wasn't.
It was fun. Well, I had a job that I had to work nights and weekends fairly frequently. And so I would just say, hey, my kid's got a thing going on. I'm not coming.
Yeah.
And it was usually nothing was going on at that time at work that was urgently needing me to be there at that moment. So, but they liked it at the schools. Towards the end, at first I was okay, but I was a little bit overwhelmed at the end. But they would sometimes give me the boys who are the most difficult to manage, and I could manage them. But sometimes I was like, one time I didn't have to manage them, and they gave me some like little girls that were behaving, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. It was nice to have actually, it's
peaceful
funny.
Field trip without
the
girls
one with
going all over.
Well, the one with the girls, there was one older girl who was kind of like, she must have been like a homeschool girl or something because she was kind of managing all the others and I was not having to do very much.
Everyone's loving my garden. Thank you guys for all the compliments on my garden. So the majority of the flowers, I have half perennial and half annual. So all the pink ones and the cosmos and the petunias, those are all annuals, but they reseed themselves and they self-seed. So like all those cosmos, I haven't planted since they were here when we moved here, and I just keep spreading the seeds as I want them to go. And so my big perennial garden that I'm putting in this year for next year, I'm going to be dumping all my cosmos seeds this year over in there to help fill that in. And I'm trying to get more perennials as we're here more. So Mountain Mania says, I agree about the messy home. It's so confusing and chaotic. I used to overthink dinner every night. Thank goodness you simplified it. Thank you. I am so glad. Yeah, stop. They don't care what they eat as long as it's dinner on the table. So rotate meals. I mean, it's okay if you have spaghetti once a week and taco once a week. That's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. Valley Badlands. We lived in a little 4-room house, 6 people growing up, outside toilet. It was bleach clean all the time. I learned from the best my mom. Mother-in-law house was the same. Routines are key. Yeah. Totally get it. Lydia Joy says, wow, you're out Door decor is gorgeous, and so is your porch. Beautiful. Thank you. That is what I do with all the thrift store and garage sale finds that I have. I put it in my garden. So, yep.
South River Homestead. She said send a link. I don't know how. Am I the only one? So if you go to a place like, if it's on an internet browser, you just select everything up in the top and right click and click copy, and then go to your email and right click and click paste. If it's a lot of places,
at livingonadime.com, or you can go to our website, livingonadime.com, and there's a contact form.
If it's an app on your phone, like YouTube app or the TikTok app or something, there will be a share button, and you can click the share button and then put editor at livingonadime.com as the recipient. And you can usually write a little blurb in there when you click share, and you can write, hey, here's a person stealing your stuff.
Thank you. And guys, thank you so much for those of you who have already been sending them. Thank you.
Yeah. And the share button usually looks like a little arrow pointing to the right, like up over the top like that. That means share.
And unfortunately, the people who are stealing it on YouTube, they are in Qatar. So I can't sue them because it's international. So,
well, yeah, there's something we can normally do. That one particular case was we needed to call a lawyer if we wanted to really fight that one. But even if they're in other places, because YouTube is in California, we can go after YouTube if they refuse to take it down. So, yeah. But we'd have to actually get a lawyer to do that, which we're kind of at that point because we're just. What happens is
my stuff.
They look and they say, wow, you got a bunch of views on this video last year, so we're just going to take it and upload it and call it our own. And then they put a face of another YouTuber on the TikTok as the TikTok creator. So it's not just us, but still it's frustrating.
Melly Badlands, I have one begonia that survived. There you go. Yeah, I cut all my oh my goodness, what are they called? My I can't remember what they're called. All my shade plants that were big on the porch. Not my cosmos, the coleus. I cut all my coleus cuttings that I want to save for next year. I got all those cut. A lot of the flowers I'm letting the seed heads dry out before I do those. So yeah. Even though I'm done with the garden, I'm still working in the garden every day. I decided to start building a pavilion with all my old doors. Yeah, it's coming along, isn't it?
It's looking really nice. Actually, when she described it, I thought it was this little thing. And I was looking out there thinking, wow. In fact, it almost looks like a big artistic.
It's a pavilion.
I think pretty soon we're going to be able to sell tickets for people to come walk through our place.
I think we should. I think we should have a garden show. Yep. You send me the next one. Quite busy. Yes, I spend hours working on my garden every year. Now, because we just moved to this house 4 years ago, it takes me a lot longer. The first 5 years at a house takes me the longest. Then after that, it's just maintaining things because I'm putting in garden beds, I'm building things, I'm figuring out where I want stuff to go. So now we have the vegetable gardens built. We got the planters on the deck done. We've got the front yard is done. My new perennial garden that Jack and I spent 2 months removing rock, and then we spent, so here's, can you see? So that's about 1/5 of the fence right there. And then it goes around, got it on there. And then it keeps going around the corner right there. And then on the other side over here, on the other side, we have a whole nother, about 1/2 of that amount on there. And so I spray painted it. Let me tell you, I got my squats in and I got them done. Go over to the end here, not. Huh? Oh, yeah. And I was working my patootie off. Mike says I have some good glutes now. Thanks, honey.
You're welcome. Oh, is YouTube down? Some people were asking about YouTube being down, and mine was behind. So it does look like it's down. It's up on Facebook.
Here, I'll go to Facebook and check. Da, 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 da.
Sorry for a second, folks.
We will see.
We're just checking to see
if we are live or not.
Something went wrong.
Facebook is not loading.
So it does look like, Eclair Trio says no, YouTube is fine. Huh. That's odd.
Okay, everybody's still looking.
So I'm wondering if it is not working in certain parts of the country. Because I'm getting something went wrong.
So Facebook's still live. Okay.
We'll keep going.
So I'll keep going and then we'll just see what happens. All right. Here we go. Good job in your garden. We have our own compost. Yeah, I started compost bins, but I haven't used any yet. If we have compost, do we still need fertilizer? I would say yes. I mean, I don't think compost is enough. So you can try just compost, but really you need more, is it phosphorus or potassium? Potassium, I think, than most compost has.
Just for those asking, since a lot of people are saying they see us fine on YouTube and we're not seeing it and a few other people aren't seeing it, what that usually means is a certain section of the internet isn't working right now to YouTube. I don't know why that is that way, but that would be the issue. So thank goodness a lot of you are still getting it. But for those of you who aren't, hopefully you're on the Facebook side.
Debbie says, I have all 3 of your cookbooks. Just got the Dining on a Dime gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook. Love it. My doctor put my husband on gluten-free, dairy-free diet. Your book is terrific. Thank you. Yeah, you guys can get them in the description below. Easy recipes in and out of the kitchen quick. Your family will love. And all the gluten-free ones have been tested. I tested them all. Darlene, price per gallon of fuel went down to $2.33 in Texas. Holy moly. Yeah, I think today I was excited because it was $2.93 here in Wyoming. Bonnie says she's eating my 2-ingredient cake recipe right now. She used peaches this time. Yum. Yeah, super easy recipes. My other cooking channel. That is my top video at the moment. So, yeah. Patty's been missing us. Thank you, Patty.
Yeah, I haven't seen Patty in a while.
Vicki, they sell that cookie at Kroger and I think Sam's. Interesting. I've never seen that. It's this Biscoff that she sent me. Thank you. We need a copycat recipe for Biscoff. Yeah. Well, I do have, it tastes like a graham cracker. Although I think it tastes better than graham crackers. If you want graham crackers, Dining on a Dime Volume 1 has a great recipe. It's really delicious. Value Badlands, Tara, 1 kilogram of, let's see, that would be 2 pounds of chocolate chips here is over $40. Holy moly, that is expensive.
It's like $20 a pound. And she said it was for Nestle Toll House or something like that.
She said no chocolate chips this year. Oh, is it because of the import tax? Because we're having a war with China on tariffs?
You mean, well, that would be Canada.
So I mean Canada.
You mean that Canada is charged her a tariff on chocolate from us? Mm-hmm. Could be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was unaware of a tariff that large at the moment, but maybe there is one.
Yeah. Kimberly says, I buy large packages of hamburgers and hot dogs and break them down into 1 meal servings. Yep. That is a great way to do that. She says, I had some buns and a little lettuce that I needed to use, and I've got too many tomatoes right now. Yeah. I finally gave away my tomatoes to the ladies at the gym because I was tired of looking at them on my counter.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. We've had
yep, a bunch of people are having problems with YouTube nationwide, maybe worldwide. Interesting. It's weird because we've noticed this has happened before where something on the internet is weird and certain things will be unavailable to people in random places in the country. So it probably means nobody in Wyoming can see us since we can't. Oh, wait, I see us again. We're back. All right, cool. All right.
Yeah. Jay No More says, I've been informing YouTubers if I see their stuff. elsewhere where it's at. What they do is up to them. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate all of you who've been sending me people who've been stealing my stuff. It is just so incredibly discouraging and frustrating. And then when they won't do anything about it, just makes me want to scream. Karen, is there any way you can mark the videos with the copyright on your channel name? Yeah, some people have a bouncing thing going all over, and it kind of messes up the channel.
Well, the thing is, a lot of
now with AI, they can take out a lot of that.
A lot of the scammers are in China or the Middle East or somewhere like that, and they will like blow up the thing to try to cut off the mark or put something over the mark or use AI to take the mark off. So basically, the best thing we can do is if somebody tells us about it, we can go after them. And if it's a U.S. company, if we get a lawyer involved, we can go after them. So like if YouTube wouldn't cooperate, we would be able to deal with that way. So, which, you know, in the past, like Chinese hackers that would do it weren't worth dealing with. But if they do it on YouTube, then they are, because we can go after them if they're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because if YouTube doesn't cooperate, then we can get a lawyer to have it taken down.
Kimberly says, so peace in the Middle East, this may be the 3.5 years of peace until all heck breaks loose in the second half of the tribulation. Yeah, I don't think it is.
Well,
I don't think that's where we're at yet.
I think it's great to see that, you know,
Jesus is coming soon. I
think it's great to see that they released some hostages, but I don't think that, I think that peace in the Middle East is
no, because all the countries in the Middle East aren't peaceful with Israel. Well, like Iran and all of those places aren't peaceful with,
but
with
Hamas
Israel yet.
Is still, they've indicated they're not going to give up their arms. They're not going to stop fighting. They're executing people in the streets yesterday. So clearly this peace isn't going to hold that way. I mean, it's interesting because I think I think at least it was a good way to get the hostages out. But I think President Trump told Hamas, you can put down your weapons or we will violently remove them from you. So, which I think always has been the way they've operated. So, yeah.
Michelle, am I spelling Tara, Tawra's name wrong? Nope, that's how you spell my name. Tawra is Tara.
She just asked because somebody else
spelled it. Yeah.
But the other way the other person spelled it was kind of cool.
Well, so it is pronounced Tara, but it is actually Tara, but I don't say it that way. So yeah. South Loop River Homestead, where they she must have been talking to Maddie in Badlands. Okay. All right, let's see. Tanya, my son's dishwasher never cleaned. It reeked an odor. Yeah, because what happens is if you don't clean the filter in your dishwasher, all that food and gunk collects in there. You should clean that filter at least once a month. And if you have a big family, I would do it once a week, but at least once a month to clean all that out and run vinegar through because you need to clean it of all that stuff that builds up in there. So, yeah. Okay. Let me see what we got in here. We got the link answered. And sorry, guys, I got messed up on my comments here. Thank you, Jan. The coleus looks beautiful. Thank you. Well, we did have 2 freezes. Well, we've had 3 freezes, actual freezes now, not just frost. And so most of my plants are gone now. Sunny days, buying all the cookbooks. Which recipes would you start with? Need easy ones. By the way, I watch your other channel videos on repeat. So much fun and relaxing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I now have 2 cooking channels. One I'm not telling you guys about because I want the algorithm to shoot it out to the audience that I'm trying to get. But which recipes would you start with? I mean, any of them. Just flip through. Seriously, they are all easy. They are all easy. And I did that on purpose because when I made it, well, actually, I would say that's probably not one of the easier ones.
No, it's one else.
Chicken fried steak and the homemade bread are probably the 2 hardest ones. But even with that, they're not real difficult. They're not.
Actually, they're all amazing tasting.
He just loves chicken fried steak.
I'm trying to think of which chicken one I was thinking of.
Well, I got several honey baked chicken, maple glazed chicken. Those are all good too. We eat those a lot.
Is the Parmesan chicken in one of the books?
Parmesan chicken's in volume 2. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And it's super easy.
DH, do you do a cleaning routine or do you just clean as you go? I just clean as I go. I don't have a daily. Well, I mean, I make my bed every day. We do the dishes every day. We get the countertops cleaned every day. I do all the dinner cooking, meal prep and all that. Mike does the majority of the dishes. He does 75% of the dishes. I do 25. Jack unloads a lot and loads too, but Mike does the majority of it. I have Jack clean his bathroom and toilet, sink and toilet. Rotate between Mike, Jack, and me cleaning our big shower. Vacuum and all that. So yeah. And now I do have someone coming in on Fridays for 2 hours, helping me with my bathroom and getting the cleaned up from cooking videos. So I have hired someone to do that for 2 hours a week because I cannot do right now. I am filming around 10 videos a week, 10 to 15 videos a week. I'm filming 10 to 15 videos a week. I'm editing another additional old videos for my new channel. I'm editing 5 to 7 of those a week. So I'm editing anywhere up to 10 to 20 videos a week. Thankfully, they're all short for my cooking channels because I'm trying to get my cooking channels going. I can't do it all. So that's why I had to hire my friend comes over and she cleans for me for 2 hours. It helps me stay on top of it. So don't think I do it all. I'm not claiming to do it all. I don't. And like today, when I just was filming 4 hours of cooking videos before this, the kitchen is a disaster. Jack is going to go and load the dishwasher. He doesn't know it yet.
Well, the thing is,
and so
because
I don't do it all myself.
When Tara's doing videos, she cooks a lot more than a normal person.
Yeah.
And so typically she'll cook, then she'll collapse, then the cleaning fairies will come, and the next morning she comes in and everything's all sparkly.
My favorite cleaning gnome.
Actually, I like cleaning the kitchen. The main thing is if I'm trying to get out of here to go to work or something early, then that's the only hesitation, but I like doing it. So yeah.
Jana Moore says the Middle East isn't known peace for thousands of years. Yeah, I don't think there's actual peace in the Middle East yet. This is not, because they're still having issues and fighting. And so, I mean, the peace and safety that the Bible talks about, it's working that direction. And yeah, they're talking about it. So, yeah, but.
Eclair Trio says we're having chicken supreme casserole and pumpkin bread tonight.
Ooh, yum.
The chicken supreme, which one is that, from volume 1?
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's really good.
But pumpkin bread in volume 1 is delicious. Absolutely delicious. And if you want a cake mix pumpkin bread, go to livingonadime.com and type in cake mix pumpkin recipes, I think is what it is.
South Leaf River, I actually work for us. So I do a bunch of the background work.
He makes me look good.
I do all the technical stuff and a lot of the background work, and
I do all the filming and editing. He does all the bookkeeping, all the shipping of the books. He takes care when the Chinese hackers take down our website and take down our YouTube channel. He's the one up at midnight fighting them with his sword.
Technical things, legal things, the website. On the videos, I do a lot of the support work for the videos. So Tara shoots them and edits them. I used to edit them, but Tara wanted to do it. I still do like all the thumbnails and the titles and descriptions and that sort of thing. So
he goes to the library to work though, because I don't want him at home. He keeps interrupting my work.
Actually, I had somebody ask me about that today at the library.
He works at the library, not for the library.
Like, we see you here all the time. What are you working on? So it's like, wow, okay. Yep. So, but I'm not working a different job. Oh, well, yeah, that's what I thought, but it sounded like you're going to a job. Yeah. Well, the way it works is I treat it like it's going to a job. Sometimes I'll work at home, in which case I just go downstairs. But I tend to try to stay downstairs if I'm home so that Tara and I don't cross each other's paths during the day too much because it prevents both of us from getting things done. But typically what I'll do is I like to be around people. And so I'll take my work and go away from the house. And then Tara likes to be alone. So she'll stay home and it'll be like, it's like I'm going to a job. And even though I like to be around people, I still kind of find a little hidey hole nook where I can come out and see people and then go back in there and get work done without too much distraction.
Sometimes it's a problem though, because he gets to the library and people start talking.
Well, everybody in town knows me. So if I don't want to talk, I have to be sure I'm not very visible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Michelle says I had tempura shrimp, Trader Joe's. I always stock up on their meals at the beginning of the month. There you go. I've never had that. I have no idea what that means.
I think tempura is a batter of some sort. I don't know if you fry it or, but yeah.
Yeah. Check out our Dining on a Dime cookbooks, guys. I took off the lower third because I asked them to, but livingonadime.com is where you can find our books.
You need to put it back on real quick.
They are 25% off right now. You can find them at livingonadime.com. All the recipes we talked about are at livingonadime.com. We will see you guys. Well, I don't know if we're going to be on next week because it's our anniversary. So we'll see.
All right.
We may or may not be on next week. I'll let you know.
Might be date night.
Have a good night. livingonadime.com.
Bye. I guess I need to click end.